Auzubillahi minash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. My dear student, Assalamu alaikum. This is our 18th lecture on advanced geochemistry, and today we will discuss the stereoisomerism and configuration nomenclature of the ring compounds. And before going towards the stereoisomerism, here today I will discuss the pseudo-asymmetric carbon atom and the compounds having pseudo-asymmetric carbon. It is very important announcement for all of you. As you know from the news that coronavirus spread is increasing day by day. It is advised for all of you, please stay at home and be protected. Protect yourself and your family, because disease is pandemic and its spread is very fast as the viral load increases in the blood, and it causes multiple organ failure. If the multiple organ fails, then it leads to cause death. That is why, to avoid the very precious manpower, it is very important for all of you to stay at home and try to take your classes on time. Here I would like to ask you that please try to be online on the time. I will send you the link of Google Zoom or Hangout in the Google Classroom, and we will discuss a lot about each and every topic. And which lecture you would like to discuss, I will start from that lecture. But you have to listen the recorded lectures as well, because these lectures are prepared with hard work and with a lot of tries, because it's very difficult to collect the materials, and I am trying to do the things very easy for you, so that you can understand the things very easily. If you got any problem, you can ask me, you can contact with me. I am 24 hours available for you. If you have any problem regarding your course, regarding any concept of stereochemistry, advanced stereochemistry course, you are openly you are open to ask me question. You can send me WhatsApp, you can send me simple SMS, you can send me emails, through any means which you have easy access. You can approach me. I will try to solve your problem. I will try to give you the answer of your question. Let's start lecture today. Key concepts of the lecture. Today we will discuss about the pseudo-asymmetric carbon, little bit about the pseudo-asymmetric carbon. It is very important terminology in the stereochemistry. And then we will discuss determination of configuration of substituted ring compounds. Pseudo-asymmetric means the traditional name for a tetrahedrally coordinated carbon atom bonded to four different entities, two and only two of which have the same constitution but opposite chirality sense. The RS descriptors of pseudo-asymmetric carbon atoms are invariant on a reflection in a mirror, that is, R remains R and S remains S, but are reversed by the exchange of any two entities. That is why R becomes S and S becomes R. An example is C3 of ribaric acid. In the next slide I will tell you the examples of ribaric acid. C3 is R, and there is another example of xyleric acid. The C3 is S, and other is hyoscyamine. C3 is R. The hyphen in the pseudo-asymmetric may be omitted. This is the example of pseudo-asymmetric carbon atom. This is the simplest example. You can see that Here this carbon atom has R configuration and this carbon atom has S configuration. You can see in the picture that there are two configuration. One carbon has got S configuration and other has got R configuration. And in between R and S configuration, I have put a steric. The group are totally same. You can see that this group, the group which are attached to the carbon atom, and the carbon is showing the R stereochemistry, while the group attached to the carbon which are showing S stereochemistry all are the same group. Like this is chloro, here this is again chloro, this is methyl, here this is methyl, this is proton, this is proton, but the difference is only that the configurations are different. That is why this is S configuration, this is R configuration, and in between the carbon, this is the asymmetric carbon. That's why this is called pseudo-asymmetric carbon. So the carbon marked the steric is called pseudo-asymmetric carbon. So the carbon marked with steric is called pseudo-asymmetric carbon. You can see in this it is very easy to understand for you that the C2A carbon atom is that when the configuration is different but the groups attached to the chiral center are same, then the in between R and S there is a chiral center, and this chiral center is C2A symmetric carbon. These are examples. This is the ribaric acid. Here you can see that carbon number 3, this is a ribaric acid. The carbon number 3 is the C2 asymmetric carbon atom. Similarly in xyleric acid, here the carbon number 3 is the C2 asymmetric carbon atom. Similarly in hyoscyamine, this is structure of hyoscyamine. Here the carbon number 3 has got the C2 asymmetric orientation, and this is the C2 asymmetric carbon atoms. It is only for your understanding that if there is a chiral carbon between the two chiral carbon and that carbon contain the similar groups attached to them, then the carbon between these is called C2 asymmetric carbon. Like this you can see in the ribaric acid, this is the carboxylic acid group, this is OH, hydroxyl group, this is H, and you can see in this is a carboxylic acid group, this is OH, this is carbon, and this is hydrogen. Both groups attached to the asymmetric carbon atoms are similar. That is the in the between, but the configuration is totally different. You can calculate the configuration by assigning according to the CIP rules, Kahan-Ingold-Parlag system of nomenclature. You can give the numbering that here oxygen will get top priority, then this carbon will get second priority, and this will get third, and this will fourth priority. You will assign the configuration. You will see that one will get S and other will be R. The carbon which is present between RS configuration is called pseudo asymmetric carbon atom. Here I have put the carbon number 3. The carbon number 3 is the asymmetric carbon atom, pseudo asymmetric carbon atom. Again in xyluric acid, the carbon 3 is the asymmetric carbon pseudo asymmetric carbon atom. Similarly in hyoscyamine, carbon number 3 is the asymmetric carbon atoms. Determination of configuration of substituted ring compound. The following methods may be used for the determination of configuration cis trans in substituted ring compounds. When we are going to determine the configuration of compound substituted ring compounds, then we have used different methods. These are very basic concept. It is very important to for you to give you knowledge about some basics so that you can understand the advanced concept of the stereochemistry. The following methods may be used for the determination of configuration of cis trans in substituted ring compound. This is symmetry based method. This is the first method which is used for the determination of configuration of substituted ring compounds. As already discussed earlier, dicarboxylic acid only trans isomer can be resolved because the cis mesoisomer has the symmetry plane. If any compound which has plane of symmetry, it is meso, and it is very important to understand. You have to learn by heart that if the compound contain plane of symmetry, and this is the meso compound, then it's very difficult to resolve that compounds because it has no reaction with any other reagent with another compound. That is very difficult to resolve the meso compound. As already discussed earlier, dicarboxylic acid only trans isomer can be resolved because the cis meso isomer has a symmetric plane. This is the cis, it has planar symmetry. This is the trans don't have planar symmetry. Non-resolvability does not, however, guarantee that one is dealing with the mesoisomer, since resolution may have failed for technical reasons. Sometimes it is not compulsory that if non-resolvability does not, however, guarantee that one is dealing with the mesoisomer. It is not guaranteed that the compound contain is meso, that is, it is not resolvable. Some other technical problems may be related to the compounds. That is why compounds become unresolvable. This problem may be solved by converting the achiral compound into chiral one. The latter may be resolved and then reconverted into its achiral precursor. All the three cyclopropane dicarboxylic acid can be converted into chiral monomethyl ester. They are then resolved and saponified. The cis meso acid ester will produce an optically inactive dicarboxylic acid, whereas the other two trans acid ester will give rise to optically active dicarboxylic acid. Then there is another method which is called use of NMR spectroscopy. The meso and chiral dihydroxy cyclopentanes can be distinguished through proton NMR spectroscopy. Proton NMR spectroscopy can be used for the resolution and for the resolution of meso and chiral dihydroxy cyclopentanes, and can be distinguished with the help of proton NMR spectroscopy. What we do in the proton NMR spectroscopy, here I would like to give you hints that we use the value of chemical shift value of the protons, which is shielded and will deshielded, which has got different environment due to presence of different substituents, due to different orientation of the group in the space. That is why the chemical shift of the proton become changed. Here you can see the example of cis meso, and this is trans chiral. Here when we see that we got only one signal due to meso compound because both proton got the same environment. Here interestingly, this is the trans, this become chiral because we got sorry, we got different signals for the two protons. Then by using the proton spectroscopy, we can easily distinguish between the cis and trans isomers, and then we can determine the configuration. And furthermore, here I would like to tell you that the coupling constant J value for the cis isomer is less as compared to trans isomer. The J value for trans isomer is greater as compared to cis isomer. From the coupling constant, we can understand that that this is cis or trans isomer. The two protons Ha and Hb in the meso compounds are non-equivalent and will have different chemical shift value. On the other hand, the trans chiral compounds has a C2XF symmetry and the two protons are homotropic, magnetically equivalent. Here is the very interesting point. From here you can learn that in the meso compound, the proton Ha and Hb are non-equivalent. Their environment is different and will have different chemical shifts. On the other hand, the trans chiral compound has a C2XF symmetry and the two protons are homotropic, magnetically equivalent. In cyclopropanes, protons that are located cis to each other, torsion angle becomes 0, have a larger coupling constant than those located trans. Torsion angle is 120 degree in a corresponding chemical environment. This method is more useful in 6-membered rings. In the 1,2 disubstitute series, the CMR resonance of cis isomers are upfield of corresponding compounds for the trans isomer, whereas the reverse is true for 1,3-substituted compounds. This generalization holds good at least up to cycloheptanes. For different ring size, there are different situation and there are different environments and there are different rules for the assigning the configuration. Here you can see in the example of cyclopropane, the two molecules, you can see that there is a homotopicity and the protons become magnetically non-equivalent in case of cis, while the protons become magnetically equivalent in case of trans. That is the chemical shift value between the two discriminate, and from the chemical shift values it becomes easy to determine the configuration of the compounds, whether compound is cis isomer or trans isomer, because the coupling constant value for both cis and trans is different. In cyclopropanes, protons that are located cis to each other have torsion angle of 0, have a larger coupling constant. Now this can be asked from you in the question that cis has larger coupling constant or lower coupling constant. Now it can be understood easily that the cis have a larger coupling constant because its torsional angle is 0. Then those located trans torsional angles become 20 in corresponding chemical environment. This method is useful in 6-member ring, the method which is used to discriminate between the cis and trans. It can be only useful for the 6-member ring. In the 1,2 disubstituted series, the CMR resonance of cis isomers are upfield of corresponding compound for the trans isomer, whereas the reverse is true for 1,3 disubstituted compound. This generalization holds good at least up to cycloheptanes. This is the table carbon 13 resonance of dimethyl cycloalkanes. This is cyclopropane. This is the cis isomer 1,2. C1 has 1.8 coupling constant and C3 has got 13.6 and then CH is 13.0. These are the references the compounds have taken from the literature. This is the literature from where these examples are taken, from where these values of tables are taken. Here you can see that cyclobutane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane and cycloheptane, the all cis trans isomer have got different resonance spectra, different resonance and different absorption bands and different chemical shift value due to different environments. Cis and trans both have different values. From these values we can discriminate whether is this cis or trans isomer. These values are taken from the literature. These are the references from where these values of cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane, cycloheptane have been taken. Then there is third method for the determination of configuration. This third method is conversion into less symmetric compounds. Sometimes we convert the compound into less symmetric compounds. Certain pairs of cis trans isomers may be converted. Certain pairs of cis trans isomers may be converted into less symmetrical compounds, and the number of cis trans isomers is increased. Consideration of number of products can give a clue of the configuration of starting cis trans isomers. This is cis 1,2,5 dimethyl cyclopentane 1,1 dicarboxylic acid. This is the trans form. Here when we heat, carbon dioxide is removed and the compound becomes less asymmetric. Again here trans is heated and carbon dioxide is eliminated and we got this less asymmetric carbon atom. This is the conversion into less asymmetric compound. When we are going to convert the compounds into less asymmetric compounds, less symmetric compounds, certain pairs of cis-trans isomers may be converted into less symmetrical compounds, and the number of cis-trans isomers increase. Consideration of the number of products can give a clue for the configuration of starting cis-trans isomers. There is fourth method. The cis compound form anhydride but not the trans compound. This is another method from which we can discriminate, we can distinguish between the cis trans isomers, that cis isomers can be converted into anhydride and trans cannot be converted into anhydride. This is the cis compound. This can be converted when we heat the compound, we got anhydride, but trans, they are far away from each other, cannot be cyclized, cannot give anhydride. The cis compound, because of eclipsing of carboxylic acid group, is less stable. On heating with mineral acid, it is converted into trans compound. The cis dicarboxylic acid is more acidic. The cis dicarboxylic acid is more acidic than the trans, because the carboxylate anion form can stabilize through space effects, electrostatic or hydrogen bonding with the free carboxylic acid group. This is pK1, C is 3.56, this is pK1 trans is 3.80. From pK values we can also distinguish between the cis and trans isomers. However, the acidity of the second carboxylic group is higher in the trans, because double ionization in cis compound leads to carbon dioxide group, which are near each other in cis and highly repulsive to each other. pK2 cis 6.65, pK2 trans 5.08, K1 upon K2 is equal to 1 to 10 in cis and 19.4 in trans. This is a huge difference between the equilibrium constant. However, the acidity of the second carboxylic acid is higher. Acidity of the second carboxylic acid is higher in trans, because double ionization in cis compound leads to carbon dioxide groups, which are near each other in cis and highly repulsive to each other. In cyclobutane 1,2-dicarboxylic acid and cyclopentane dicarboxylic acid, the cis and not the trans compound form anhydride on heating. In cyclohexane 1,2-dicarboxylic acid, both cis and trans acid form different anhydride. The cis anhydride is found more easily. Here you can easily distinguish between cis and trans isomer by just making heat, that when you will heat the cis isomer will be converted into anhydride, while it is very difficult to convert the trans isomer into anhydride. Then there is seventh method. This is the dipole moment. As you know, dipole moment is the mu is equal to Q into D. The dipole moments of cis compound is generally higher than the trans isomer. Usually you can see, you have studied the example of cis dichlorobutene or trans dichloroethene. That trans has zero value because two bond moments cancel each other, while cis has some much dipole moment. That is why from the dipole moment, the dipole moment of cis compound is generally higher than of trans compounds. This is X chloro bromo cyano. This is trans, cis, trans, all have different values, and you can understand from this table that the cis compounds generally have higher values of dipole moment as compared to trans isomer. Then there is intramolecular hydrogen bonding. In cyclobutane 1,2-diol and cyclopentane 1,2-diol, intramolecular hydrogen bonding is possible in cis and not trans compounds only. In cyclohexane, cycloheptane and cyclooctane 1,2-dicarboxylic acid, both cis and trans are capable of forming intramolecular bonding, but the bond in the cis diol is stronger, as shown with delta values The cis diols are cleaved more rapidly with lead tetraestate because a cyclic lead compound is formed as an intermediate. The generalization, however, are not valid for 9, 10, 12 membered rings. These generalizations are only for up to 8 membered ring. Means sometimes intramolecular hydrogen bonding, from the intramolecular hydrogen bonding we can understand whether the compound is cis isomer or trans isomer. In cyclobutane 1,2-diol and cyclopentane 1,2-diol, intramolecular hydrogen bonding is possible in cis and not trans compounds. While in cyclohexane, cycloheptane and cyclooctane 1,2-dicarboxylic acid, both cis and trans are capable of forming intramolecular hydrogen bonding, but the bond in cis diol is stronger when we show the values, delta values. The cis diols are cleaved more rapidly with lead tetraacetate because a cyclic lead compound is formed as an intermediate. The generalization, however, are not valid for 9, 10, 12 membered rings. Means when you are using the concept of intramolecular hydrogen bonding, then you will see that the cyclobutane, cyclopentane and cycloheptane molecule can be distinguished whether the molecule is cis or trans depending upon the intramolecular hydrogen bonding, because intramolecular hydrogen bonding is built when there is 1,2-diol in cyclobutane, in cycloheptane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane, while in case of 9, 10, 12 membered rings, then this generalization is not valid, because this is the limitation of intramolecular hydrogen bonding to determine the configuration whether it is cis isomer or trans isomer, that it does not operate for 9, 10, 12 membered rings. Then there is another, this is the correlation method. Here cis 3-hydroxycyclohexane carboxylic acid can form as sigma lactones, gamma lactones, whereas trans isomer cannot. This lactone can be correlated chemically with cis 3-methyl-cyclohexanol, which establish configuration of the later. Here you can see this is the example of cis 3-hydroxycyclohexane carboxylic acid can form a gamma lactone. This is the gamma lactone, whereas trans isomer cannot. This lactone can be correlated chemically with cis 3-methyl-cyclohexanol, which establish the configuration of the later. Here this is the cis form and is formed the gamma lactone and its reduction, and then with reduction to tosyl chloride result in the formation of compounds. This is the correlation method. From the correlation method we can easily distinguish between the cis and trans isomer. When we will do the reaction, then it become easy to distinguish, because cis can form the gamma lactones while trans isomer cannot be converted into gamma lactone. There is stability of cyclic molecules. Von Baer in 1885 first pointed out that the construction of small ring compounds involves strain. Thus in cyclopropane the angle between the carbon-carbon bond should be 60 degree. Since the tetrahedral angle is 109.28, the deviation from the norm is 49.28. Baer divided this strain equally between two bonds flanking the 60 degree angle, and thus called the strain 24.44, one half of the 49.28. The angle strain is given. Due to angle strain the compounds become stable, and on the basis of stability we can distinguish between the cis and trans isomer. This is the Baer strain theory. Baer strain theory tells us that as the ring size increases, the stability increases. As the ring size decreases, the stability decreases, because the decrease in stability is due to mainly the ring strain. This is called Baer strain. This is cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclopentane, cyclohexane. They all have different angle strain and they have different stabilities. The strain introduced in a molecule is distributed among bond strain, angle strain, torsion strain, and van der Waals compression, so it is better to define strain in cyclanes in terms of energy. Strain is the excess of observed over calculated heat of formation or heat of combustion. The calculated heat of combustion or heat of formation, heat of combustion or heat of formation of the CH2 group, X number of carbon atom in the ring. Heat of combustion per CH2 is 157.44 kilocalorie. Heat of formation per CH2 is equal to 4.93 kilocalorie in vapor state. The strain is high in cyclopropanes and is reduced to nearly zero in the cyclohexane because the latter exists in stainless non-planar rings. It increases again to a maximum in cyclooctane to cyclodecane region and then drops again, reaching values near zero from 14-member ring up. The ring compounds may be divided into 4 families: small ring, 3 and 4-member rings, they are highly strained; common rings, 5, 6 and 7-member rings, commonly found natural products, little strain here; medium rings, C8 to C11, family strain increases here again; larger rings, C12 are larger, nearly stainless. This is the bare strain theory that small ring have high strain or highly strained. As the ring size increases, strain become less, and then when the ring size increases, again strain increases, again ring size increases, then at C12 it becomes strainless. Sorry. Increase of strain in medium ring is due to large number of pairs of eclipsed hydrogen atoms on adjacent CH2 group. Moreover, in the rings of this family, hydrogen atoms tend to bump each other across the ring, leading to transannular strain. This strain arises from van der Waals compression. Energy minimization will lead to angle deformation with some development of angle strain, but it is more than compensated for the reduction of eclipse strain and transannular van der Waals strain. The bond angle in cyclonone and cyclodecane is as large as 124. Then there is ease of ring formation as a function of the ring size. The larger rings, despite their low strain, present synthetic difficulties due to the fact that it is difficult to get the ends of a long chain to approach each other. A competing reaction in a ring closure tend to be dimerization or oligomerization. When the dimer ease of ring formation occur, then the strain sometimes it becomes stainless. The reaction should be carried out in high dilution, but this increases the reaction time. These competing reactions are not much of a problem in small and common ring compounds. The entropies of formation of cyclanes are given. The data are in kilocalorie. Cyclopropane 13.3, cyclobutane 10.9, cyclopentane 13.3, cyclohexane 21.2, cycloheptane 19.8, cyclooctane 19.0. In the cyclization reaction of aniline derived from halodisulfones, the specific rate of reaction is very high for 3 and 5 membered rings and much lower for 4 membered rings. The high rate of ring closure in the 5 membered ring is due to the relatively low activation enthalpy due to low amount of strain in the 5 membered ring. The high rate for the 3 membered ring, which is quite strained, is due to very favorable activation entropy. The two ends of the ring are always favorably disposed for ring formation, but the CCC bond angle needs to be deformed, which causes unfavorable activation enthalpy. The 4 membered rings loses out on both grounds. Its ends are apart in the more stable anti-conformation of the open chain precursor, hence unfavorable entropy of the activation. The ring is strained, hence unfavorable enthalpy. Ease of ring closure is usually in the order 3 and 5 membered greater than 4 or 6 membered ring. However, since the high rate of ring closure of 3 and 5 membered ring is based on different factors, it is unsafe to predict which closure will take place more rapidly. 6 membered rings usually cyclize less rapidly than 5 membered rings, although the strain in the 6 membered ring is much less but this is usually more than outweighed by much greater loss of entropy in the formation of six-membered ring. Since six-membered rings tend to be more stable than a five-membered ring, their formation may be favored thermodynamically even if not kinetically. The enthalpy and entropy factors work in opposite direction in the six-membered ring five-membered equilibrium, which is strongly temperature dependent. Lowering of temperature shifts the equilibrium toward the six-membered ring. Let's consider reaction of glycerol with isobutyraldehyde. This is the reaction of glycerol with isobutyraldehyde leads to the formation of different groups. The activation is less for formation of five-membered ring, hence this ring is formed faster. It is a product of kinetic control. However, the reaction is reversible and the six-membered ring is slightly more stable. So after some time it will become the major product of thermodynamic control. Both five and six-membered rings exist as a mixture of cis and trans isomer. In this reaction, enthalpy favor the nearly strain-free six-membered ring, but entropy favors the more flexible five-membered ring. Lowering of the temperature shifts the equilibrium toward the six-membered. Dear student, this was whole about the determination of configuration, and here I have discussed about the stereoasymmetric carbon atom. These are the basic terminologies, and in the next lectures you will see that we will move towards the advanced stereochemistry, that inshallah you will see that which we have studied so far in these 18 lectures. These terminologies will be used in the next coming lectures, and you have to understand and you have to listen the lecture very carefully. When you are listening to the lecture, take a notebook, and take a pen, and you have to note the main points which I am going to describe here. Then it will become easy for you, and you will learn a lot by doing this. I know this is very hard job, but it's very important for you, because when you will learn, your time will be saved, because time is money, time is very precious. You have to give the respect to the time, because when you are not consuming your time in a nice way, then it will create a problem for your future. Inshallah, we will discuss our 19th lecture, and we will discuss some more terminologies about the stereochemistry. And for this lecture, good luck and Allah Hafiz. Assalamu alaikum.